And it's been fun, but it's really about to get fun because Scottie Pippen is at it again. And I'm gonna say something after his comments quickly. I'm gonna let Ephraim go, and then I got something to say. But I do want to just say a little something after Scottie's comments that he made to Stacey King. Now, Scottie, of course, has 6 championships with Michael Jordan. Stacey King has 3 championships with Michael Jordan, the first three-peat. And here's what Scottie Pippen said when asked about the GOAT.
LeBron will be the greatest statistical guy to ever play the game of basketball. And there's no comparison to him. None. So, does that make him the greatest player to ever play the game? I'll leave that out for debating because I don't believe that there's a great player because our game is a team game and one player can't do it. Like, I seen Michael Jordan play before I came to play with the Bulls. You guys seen him play. He's a horrible player. He was horrible to play with. He was all one-on-one. He's shooting bad shots. And all of a sudden, we become a team and we start winning. Everybody forgot who he was.
Ooh. Okay. All right, first, this is what I want to say, and then I'll let you go, Ephraim. Scotty's all over the place. Scottie has said Jordan's the GOAT. Well, first he said LeBron's the GOAT. Then he says Jordan's the GOAT. Then he flip-flopped again, and now this. All right? I remember talking to Scottie. First time he said that LeBron was the GOAT, I asked him the question, or it wasn't even the GOAT. It was, is he better than Jordan? It was on Mike and Mike. I was co-hosting Mike and Mike in the morning back at ESPN. And I had talked to Scottie. He had been doing some stuff for ESPN. And I had talked to him in the halls. And I had asked him about the top players and stuff. And he said something that made me question, really made me feel like, you know what? He don't think Mike's the GOAT. I don't even think we were using GOAT term. I don't even know at that time, right? This was years ago. And I was like, I don't think he thinks Mike's the best. And so we had him on Mike and Mike a couple days later or a week later, whatever, on the air. He was on the phone. And I asked him, is LeBron better than Michael Jordan? And that's when he said he was. He's a better all-around player. I think he said he's a better player than Mike. And then, of course, he got flack. I'm sure Mike called him, Ron Harper, they all got in his ear. And next thing you know, he's talking about Jordan being the GOAT. And he's flip-flopped several times. This, though, he's bitter. He's bitter. Right? Remember after The Last Dance, he came out with something hating on Jordan, his book. And now you actually have the audacity. I don't know if he misspoke. He said he was a horrible player. It's one thing that if he had said he was horrible to play with. I would disagree with that. But if you felt like he's taking all the shots, he shot at a high efficiency rate, but he's taking all the shots. Okay, you didn't like playing with him. To say horrible player and then they forgot who he was, like, oh, he was horrible and people overrated him when he started winning. I got my thoughts. I'm going to let you go, though, first. I just wanted to say that Scottie is out there.
You also have to remember, during the flip-flop, he said he was the GOAT as well.
I missed that.
Yeah, you left that part out. He was the GOAT? Yes.
God.
Yes.
Please.
So it within one of those him, you, me, it was a me in there for Scottie. Scottie's coming from a perspective of a player, another dynamic great player who joins a great player and they accomplish something together. And he doesn't get any of the credit. Right? It's when you marry up, right? You got the money, but your wife looks better than you. And she gets the attention. And you get the attention. She gets the attention. You feel a certain type of way.
She got the money too, though.
Right. Now
you got a little bit of money. She got all the money and it's fine.
Right.
You got a little bit of money and you okay.
Now you holding the purse on the red carpet. Scottie's tired of holding the purse on the red carpet. So you also got to look at what's going on in his personal life, right? The ex-wife dating Michael Jordan's son. Like this
can't feel good.
This is deep, brother.
That can't feel good. Can we stop there for a second?
Yeah.
We ain't got to go too deep in it.
It's some wounds, bro.
If my daughter, if my wife, I mean, we still married, but if my wife was dating one of my boys' sons,
Rob Parker's son.
Or my daughter was dating Rob.
Yes.
I'm salty. I'm sorry. I'm upset.
Y'all got to fight. Y'all got to fight every day.
We got to fight.
We got to fight every day. So Scottie's all over the place because life right now is all over the place.
Yep. No,
he's dealing with a lot of things, right? And you know, when you're dealing with personal matters, your own self-worth, what you've meant in your career, what others perceive you as being, and now with the personal aspect of it, brother, that's enough to drive you crazy. That's enough to make you flip-flop. That's enough to make you pull at straws and strings trying to find your footing, and that's what we're seeing. Look, in some aspects, Scottie Pippen isn't all wrong because the simple fact that before Scottie Pippen got there, Michael Jordan was a dynamic player. I'm not going to agree with him that he was terrible. He may have been a terrible teammate because Michael was about that life, right? I'm going to get this. If y'all not coming, y'all not coming, right? But then you get somebody with the talent and the ability to match your vibrato, to match your energy, to match your style of play.
Scottie didn't do all that, though.
No, Scottie was a defensive aficionado. So him and Jordan at the top of the key. Brother, you remember what he did to Mark Jackson? You remember what Scottie Pippen did to Mark Jackson in the playoffs?
Magic Johnson.
Right? So when you have somebody of that caliber who can also score 30.
Scottie?
What?
Scottie never averaged more than 23 points a game.
I said who can score 30.
Oh, occasionally.
Who can score 30?
Okay.
Right? So if Jordan has 33 and Scottie has 32, like
that
Michael
was
Jordan,
rarity. Scottie wasn't a huge scorer.
Hey, man.
In fact, his career high was 22 points a game, and that was when Mike wasn't there.
Scottie Pippen was a dynamic long wing.
Yeah,
the likes we hadn't seen before. With the speed of a smaller defender.
That's a little much.
Whoa.
Clyde Drexler
was a better defender than...
No, I'm not saying he was a better defender.
Okay, well, you got to listen to what I'm saying.
I think he was a better player.
But you got to listen to what I'm saying, though, right? You just jumping in with names, right? I was talking about his defensive prowess, his speed, how he could change a game, and you throw out Clyde Drexler. Okay.
Well,
Clyde Drexler was great.
was better than Pippen.
Offensively, yes, because he was a number one on the team.
If I had to start a team, I'm taking Clyde Drexler over Scottie Pippen.
So if you're starting a team, you would take Michael Jordan and Clyde Drexler?
Yes.
Oh, no.
They would have been ridiculous.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do that. Because I'm going to take Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen because now I know I can lock down the backcourt. Done. That's over.
All right. Let me give you my take on Scottie Pippen,
Go ahead.
who is a great player. I don't want to take anything away from him being an all-time great player. And he and Jordan are clearly the best perimeter duo ever. And if you just go by success, the best duo, period. Here's the thing, though. And I have always felt that this isn't new. This isn't based on Scottie going way overboard with his comments. I have felt this way since I was watching the Bulls play when Scottie entered the league. We know he came from the University of Central Arkansas, right? We know he was a late bloomer. We know nobody knew about him when he was drafted, and he was raw. When I watched Scottie Pippen averaged 7 points as a rookie. He averaged 14 his second year, 16 his third. And when I remember watching Scottie Pippen and saying to myself, as he grew and got better and better and better, this dude is kind of mimicking Michael Jordan's game. Like he's learning. I could see him learning from Jordan. And if you talk to people in that organization who were there at that time, they say Scottie learned like how to work hard from Mike. He learned how to be a professional from Mike. You know, he obviously his game got incredible. But I honestly believe if Scottie doesn't go to the Bulls and he goes somewhere else, I don't think he becomes what he did. And I also believe that had any other really good, talented wing player gone to Chicago, I'm not saying they would have been the defender that Scottie was. He's an all-time great defender. But they would have blossomed and developed as well, and I think they still would have won titles.
So I can't find a big argument in that, what you're saying. But what I think you're doing is you're looking at that duo defensively like you're looking maybe like in today's NBA. But back then, the way they played, the way Scottie Pippen played defense, the physicality of him playing defense.
Well, no, he was awesome. And Jordan, too. Both of them were.
I don't know if you supplement any other player right there, and they'll be able to give you that defense and the offense that Scottie Pippen was able to do for Michael Jordan to win those championships like he do. I don't know who that player would be.
Well, let's take Drexler, for example.
Yes.
Drexler would not give you as good a defense, but I tell you this, with Jordan as a teammate, his defense would have been better. Because Jordan would have been on him like, look, we got to play this defense. And Scottie Pippen has some bad.
Or was Clyde Drexler an alpha as well?
He wasn't an alpha like Mike.
On his team he was.
I think Clyde would.
On his team he was.
But he wasn't quite like Mike.
Nobody was like Mike. Duh, right? It's a one of one. Michael Jordan is a one of one. So nobody would be Mike, but what I'm saying is Clyde Drexler. I would say
a Kobe was there with Mike.
Yeah, that's one B right there. That's one A or whatever.
Drexler would have. I think, like I talked to Clyde about this just years after they retired, but he was like, "Look, I wanted Portland to draft Michael. Remember that was the whole big thing. They drafted Sam Bowie because they were like, which at that time you get Bowie was a 7-footer. He was supposed to be great. He was good in college when he was healthy, and you had Drexler, right? You're like, we got a great wing player. But
we got an alpha.
Like,
we have an alpha.
Me and Mike can play together. And they went in a different direction. But don't forget, Scottie had some bad playoff games scoring the ball. 7 points, a few times, 2 points. Remember that game 7 that they lost to Detroit? Now, he had a migraine. I'll give him that. But he played 42 minutes, 1 for 10, 2 points. He had 13-point games, 11-point games, 14-point playoff games, and Mike went for 40. So my point is this, because I agree. I don't think Clyde would have been the defender that Scottie was. So I think he could have got close. But he would have been much better offensively because he could have run the team. Because Scottie, remember, was a point forward. Drexler could have done that, and he would have given you more points.
Well, at this point, we'd have to say the old saying, if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Because if we can go back in our
Can we agree, though, Scottie, like you said, horrible? Really? He's lashing.
No, I don't. Yeah,
he's
of course. I mean, that's the pain.
Yeah,
that's the pain.
He's lashing.
We hurt people.
Right. Now let me say this, Ephraim, for those, because we got some youngins listening that are like, oh, they digging in the archives now, trying to look for reasons that you're gonna see some memes out there about why LeBron's better than Jordan because Jordan was horrible for the first 3 years of his career. Let me just school y'all. Michael Jordan stepped into the league from day one on a team that everyone knows was drug-riddled. Okay?
It was
drug-riddled.
It was wide open.
Right. Gave him 28 points, 6 assists, 6.5 rebounds. And here's the key. On 51% shooting from the field. Now, you know, Ephraim, you played. Especially back in the day when the three-pointer wasn't as prominent. 50% shooting is what you shot for, right?
Yeah.
Like you weren't.
That's the standard.
Efficient, right?
That's the
standard.
That's
what you wanted. And then he got hurt. The next year, third year, the year before Scottie got there, Jordan was 37 points, 5 rebounds, and 4.5 assists on 48%.
Led the league in scoring.
Yeah, 37. On 48% shooting for a guard?
That's not a awful player. What that is someone who may not necessarily been a team player. He doesn't trust the team because of the team, the talent on the team. So he's going into it like, y'all
I got
back
to
on
get
up
busy.
now. Y'all come set the screen and y'all get on about the way. Now I'm going to do my thing.
And he did it efficiently, though.
Yeah,
to me, that's why Kobe, here's the context. He shot 48% that year, which is good for a guard. Kobe never, ever in his career shot even 47%. Kobe never shot better than 46%. And remember, that's with 8 years of Shaq drawing double and triple teams at times. So Jordan had a bunch of dudes that weren't drawing any attention defensively, went for 37 a night on 48% shooting. And when Scottie was a rookie, he averaged 35 on 53% shooting. Pippen wasn't helping him out with his little 7 points a game. So come on, man. They're just horrible. Stop it. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Keep it locked.